Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. And yes, sometimes we are live in our studio, which is at the VFS Cafe, downtown Vancouver at 390 West Hastings. But sometimes I like to get outside because I've heard that winter is over, and it's actually quite nice outside, so that's why I'm out here in the sunshine. This rundown is going out to Ramses the Great, who said, I finally got a chance to see Vic live. Thank you very much for coming down. Let's get started with your rundown. It's official, Gearbox Software is finally taking players back to the alien world of Pandora. At the end of a comically drawn-out presentation at the PAX East gaming event, Gearbox finally announced Borderlands 3 after years and years of rumors. Like the previous games, players will take the role of a vault hunter and battle loads of different enemies with plenty of loot to uncover and more than 1 billion unique weapons generated by the game's random weapon creation system. Gearbox says that they've been working on it for more than 5 years and hope they'll be able to deliver the game that fans have been waiting for. Borderlands 3 isn't the only new thing they announced. A new remastered version of the very first Borderlands game is also on the way. It has new 4K graphics, complete with better character models and new gameplay features like an on-screen minimap and 4-player co-op instead of just 2-player. That's coming April 3rd, and on the same day, Gearbox will release a free Ultra HD texture pack for the other 2 games, Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel on the PC, essentially remastering those as well. As for Borderlands 3, that doesn't have an official release window yet, but Gearbox says they'll be showing off more soon. Super psyched to check out more of Borderlands 3. I'm a huge fan of the franchise, so I can't wait to see what they've got in store for us. Now that Marvel has got the rights back to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, they've set their sights on an even bigger prize, Angelina Jolie. The Oscar-winning actress is rumored to be up for a starring role in Marvel's upcoming Eternals movie. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Jolie is currently in talks for the film, although there's no word yet on what character she might play. If she takes the job, this will be her first superhero movie and her first comic book movie in general since Wanted back in 2008. The Eternals movie has been in development for several years. Created by Jack Kirby in 1976, the Eternals are a race of superpowered humans who protect Earth, sort of like a cosmic version of the X-Men, and they've often crossed paths with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Incidentally, Marvel just got back the rights to those 2 properties as part of Disney's acquisition of Fox, so there's a chance they could use the Eternals movie to introduce those characters into the shared MCU. Hope springs eternal, so we'll just have to wait and see. No word yet on when the Eternals might hit theaters. I think Angelina Jolie is an incredible actor, and I would love to see her as part of the MCU. It'd be very interesting to see, what her role would be and what kinds of powers she might have, but I trust Marvel and I trust the MCU. They're finding all kinds of cool ways to intersect all kinds of disparate characters, and if they're bringing Angelina Jolie into this, it's probably going to be a pretty good movie. She's a pretty damn good actor, and you can kind of depend on her to do some good work, and no matter what they cast her in. With the PS4 winding down and the PS5 right around the corner, it's the end of an era for another big reason at Sony. The tech giant has announced that chairman Kazuo Hirai is officially retiring. He already stepped down as CEO last year, and now he'll be leaving the board for good this June.
Wow.
Kaz has been at Sony for 35 years, and his biggest influence has been on gaming. He took over as head of all of Sony's global operations in 2012, overseeing the massively successful launch of the PlayStation 4, and before that, he was the head of the PlayStation division, helping to turn that into Sony's most valuable brand. He's also a big fan of Ridge Racer.
It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer. Remember that one?
Sony has yet to announce a replacement, but Kaz says he'll stay on as an advisor for the foreseeable future. With the PlayStation 5 expected to launch later this year, whoever ends up taking over is going to have a hard time making sure that the new system is as big as the PS4. Kaz is awesome. I've had many conversations with him over the years, a lot less of them when he became the head of everything, but before that I used to run into him at all kinds of events. We had him in front of the camera before, and he was always graceful, always charming, always very open to having the electric playground in his office. It was just awesome to see, that video games get recognized on such a massive level like that, because he really made PlayStation integral to Sony and a huge part of what was going to keep them afloat, honestly. And because of that, he was justly rewarded with much more responsibility, and he has led some, incredible decisions since then. But I think still probably the biggest and best one was the launch of that PlayStation 4. They did everything right with this machine. That was all under Kaz's guidance, which is awesome. So all the best to you, Kaz. Thank you for your contributions to video games and to PlayStation. We're going to miss you, and we wish you you the very best with wherever your adventures take you.
Oh, this brings back memories. I don't know if it's just me, but here we go.
Now, before the PlayStation 5 arrives, there are still a few dreams left to come true on the PS4. Little Big Planet developer Media Molecule has announced that their long-awaited new game, Dreams, will begin early access on April 16th. Early access will only be available in the US and Canada, and not Media Molecule's home country, the UK, and it will also be missing the story campaign. The good news is that early access will have the full creation tools that will be available in the final version, with the idea being that early access users can start making content so that the servers have lots to offer when the final version arrives. Dreams was first announced at E3 2013, and like Little Big Planet, it will let users play, create, and share their very own games, but on top of that, you'll be able to play pretty much anything else you want, including music, artwork, and videos. After the game hits early access on April 16th, expect the final version to follow in the coming months. Dreams has been an incredibly difficult game to tee up, to show off in these little video vignettes. I think this is a title that's incredibly ambitious. It's almost like an editor. It's like a creation editor. It needs to be experienced. You need to sit down in front of it and build something, but also download other creations to kind of get the whole gist of the flexibility that's on offer here. I'm incredibly excited about this. I'm incredibly excited to see, to play the things that you create. I will do my best to create one thing and upload that, but I know that it's going to be a big time suck, and it's also going to be, another revolutionary product from Media Molecule. This company is incredible, and I expect big things out of Dreams. I hope I'm not let down. I can't wait to play it, and I'm going to do everything I can to get on that early access. The makers of Shovel Knight are digging up another retro side-scroller. Shovel Knight developer Yacht Club Games has announced an all-new project called Cyber Shadow. That's an 8-bit style ninja action game where players jump and slice their way through colorful levels with plenty of different enemies and bosses to fight. If Shovel Knight was inspired by classic platforming games like Mario and Mega Man, Cyber Shadow looks like it's inspired by the original Ninja Gaiden. Yacht Club Games is actually making it in partnership with a new developer called Mechanical Head Studios, which makes this one of their first big endeavors as a publisher following the massive success of Shovel Knight. No word yet on a release window, but we do know that it's coming to the PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Switch. Anything with Yacht Club Games on it has my attention. Shovel Knight is a tour de force, and it's one not to be missed. If you've never played it, shame on you. You can download it on everything, including the Apple Watch, I think. I don't know. It's on every platform out there. So it's awesome to hear about Cyber Shadow. It's awesome to hear that they're branching out and also sharing the wealth and the love with other developers. Good on you, Yacht Club. Super excited about this one. And we saved the biggest and best news for last. Overcooked II is coming back for s'more. Team 17 has announced that their stressful cooking game is getting 3 new batches of DLC that will be bundled in a new season pass, and this is on top of the 2 batches of DLC that have already been released. The first of the 3 new batches is called Campfire Cook-Off and will give players 12 new levels that will take them out of the kitchen and into the world of camp cooking, complete with new recipes, characters, and mechanics. That lands April 18th. No word yet on what the other 2 new DLC packs will be or when they'll be served up. Now, you can play Overcooked 2 on anything, but if we're talking about a camping game coming up just as we're sort of edging closer and closer into the warmer seasons here, you're going to want this game on your Switch, and you're going to want to take your Switch and you're going to want to go camping and play a little bit of Overcooked 2 out in the wild, which just sounds so heavenly to me. It is very stressful, though, absolutely. It's very, very difficult to play this game on your own. You really want to partner up with people and play with them and share the workload because you just can't deal with all of the micromanagement. Psyched to play some of this campfire cook-off stuff. That sounds great. All right, you guys, that wraps us up for the rundown. Thank you so much for watching. I'm back in the studio tomorrow for a brand new EP Live, and my guest is actor Dan Payne, so please tune in for that or come on down to our space at the VFS Cafe at 390 West Hastings in downtown Vancouver. Thanks for watching this today. If you dig what we do, don't forget to hit subscribe, that little bell to be notified. You know, we've got all kinds of great merch that you can check out on our merch page, epn.tv/merch. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, play forever.